Okay, let's talk about Ching. Ching, what is your view? Why do you want to embark on a career transition, which I'm sure you have done several of your own?
Okay, career transition, from my personal experience, career transition has never been initiated by myself. It's kind of all circumstantial. It's not that I am into something and then very nice, very comfortable, and then I look at it and say no, that's not what I want, or I'm already into this fisherman's condition, and why do I want any change or any different? But having said that, I think people, yeah, transition could be voluntary or involuntary. But in my case, mostly it's involuntary because the circumstances have changed, and therefore I have to do something else. And once you are in that situation, actually you go back to a lot of soul searching and say, what have I been doing in the past, and what do I really want in the future, and therefore you look at your current situation, and then consider your passion. So am I transitioning now? Yes, in a way. I'm kind of pleased to share with the panel and my friends that I'm on to doing something that is a kind of e-learning, because I so happen to be back with a friend that I knew 30 years ago, the days and when I was actually working in Tokyo. So this person is from Taiwan, and he has been back to Taiwan, and he has got this business for the last 20 years in kind of business simulation platform. And so only about a year ago, then we are back, and then talking about things. And so now we are together, embarking on something, and so when I retired involuntarily from NTU as a part-time lecturer, I went back to school and I got my hectare and then days, and so it all came in kind of handy. So I'm now try to be a curriculum developer, and this is my chance, right? Because the opening is there, so I'm developing some curriculum, and so some of the stuff that I've been doing with this friend, I will share in the ASPS showcase that I produce all that. So now, from my perspective, I thought I kind of again hit the jackpot. I am passionate about sharing. I'm passionate about helping people, educating people, and this came. As it stands now, actually, is not a job. I got nothing out of it yet. But then, of course, there's potential if the things that we work together work out. It can be something that is now people will subscribe to via the internet as a a e-learning platform. So yes, so that's how my from my perspective, that the transition, for some people is involuntary, but if you hang in there, you look hard, and you find your passion, and then again, sooner or later something will come along, and then just do it, right? So my current situation is that the future is unknown. Will it be able to monetize? No assurance. But I am enjoying doing it so much that I guess I will put that away as just do it and then see what happens. So that's what I like to share.
What are your views then? How do you handle your career transition in the past, even though it was some of them involuntary? How do you?
Now, yeah, I guess when you said career transition, and in my case, it's never been something that I actively pursue. So the last paid job that I was doing, I was lecturing in the NTU for actually quite a while. I think as long as 12 years, and I even became a course coordinator, even though that was not a full-time job, but I was quite permanent until I reached 70, and I guess that was the excuse why NTU said, well, you have had enough, you have had enough. So December 2017, that was the end of any contract with NTU. So then I look at my situation and said, yeah, having been a lecturer for over 10 years, I thought I enjoyed being a teacher, a trainer. So maybe the kind of training industry is for me. So at that time already, I mean, it's pointless to look at the advertisement and apply for work. And therefore, I said, I go back to school. So for the next 1.5 years, I got advanced certificate in advanced diploma certificate in the facilitator, and then a diploma in curriculum development. But it didn't really get me very far, because then I volunteer myself to do some training programs from National Civil Academy, because my Rotary was establishing some training arm within the Rotary. But even that when bust. So actually, as of last year, then they stop all that altogether. I'm still known here and there, and so I've conducted workshop for the Singapore Singapore Association of Continual Learning, and so one of the courses even conducted from here online. And so if I had not had this opportunity with my friend in Taiwan, then I think things would be just tagging along, and no excitement. You get here and there some training assignment, so really nothing as a kind of a career that you can think of. So I guess I'm fortunate, at least I find this, which is something that can be pursued. Not that I know it will be a success, or that there's going to be a bright future already, but it allows me now to be thinking of producing episodes of programs that could be posted on the internet and be useful to people who may want to learn something. You remember my Jiming, you helped me to produce that short video, Master English with Master Language with me, right? So now that's what I'm doing. I'm producing episodes of programs that target at the people in China who would want to improve their English communication skills. So now, what can I say about my experience that I can share with others? I go back. Once you are in the crossroad, you have to go back and look hard at what you want, right? And so I remember as soon as I sort of got retired, and I was looking at a few other things from the internet, and then this organization called Encore, ENCORE, Encore I think .com. It came into my horizon, and so something it says that even at retirement age, like you pass 60, you can be useful at least for another 20-30 years, and then this is the time to look for something that this is the phase of your life that you want to work not for the money, all right, not to survive. Hopefully by then your continuous survival is more or less secured, but doing something that the three P's, that it serves a very good purpose, and then you are passionate about. So the second P, and finally it gives you a paycheck to keep you going. So for career transition, if we are talking about that, this is the so-called third phase. This is already coined by somebody in France, so-called the University of Third Age, or this is the third age. Your first age, first 30 years, second age, and the second 30 years of third age is your final 30 years. And what do you do? So focus on the three P's, and if you can find it, you should be really thankful that you finally found it. So that's what I want to share.
Thanks, Jenny. You're going back to the roots of your radio production days. Now you're doing video.
I'm doing video. I'm so kind of pleased that I had that experience when I was in my mid 20s. Just as a kind of a hobbies, and then all this thing now came back, and now I find it doing a video lesson, talking to the camera is not something that is so daunting. Actually, I find that I'm a natural. It's so easy for me to do.
Okay. So Ching, what is the greatest challenge you faced in your career transition? You can choose any transition, but what was the greatest challenge you faced?
Challenge, for this now that from the time that I was retired from NTU to now my current situation. It's had been how many years? 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5 years. And in that 5 years, might want to call it roller coaster, but it's just full of uncertainty. You never know what you're going to get, and in fact, there are times that it looks like so hopeless that you're not getting anywhere. You might have to just live with that situation for the rest of your life. Then somehow something happens. I guess if you continue to do things that you feel you're passionate about, and so like the ASPS, this idea of why don't we learn how to do multimedia came up. So I was the one that is most active, and I try to learn everything. I think all the things that I learned along the way kind of came in handy, and now that I'm in this process of doing some sort of educational program in the e-learning fashion. So what I have learned in the past, including my episode of doing radio broadcasts, so way back, in my mid 20s, everything kind of come in and help. That now, if I, for instance, this e-learning thing, if I had not gone through the day's course and learned how all the basics about e-learning, doing a storyboard and all these things, then it would not be as kind of smooth sailing as I would find myself now in. So what can I say about my experience? I guess you have to be very, very critical and determine what you really want, and pick up any opportunities that might help, and then when so there's a great saying, right? God helps those who help themselves. Right? If you are not prepared for the big opportunity, and when the big opportunity is in front of you, then you are totally unprepared, and therefore you will miss the opportunity. So if I can say something about my experience, is that when opportunity strikes, I find that I'm thankful that I have what it takes to pick it up.
So, okay, Ching, how do you think you can benefit from this transition? As you mentioned, you are doing a production, a video production with your friend. Of course, early on you said that, okay, maybe you don't have money here and there, but how do you think you can benefit from this transition, whether monetary or non-monetary? It's okay. Just your views.
My benefit from this, goes back to again, the three P's that I was so inspired by, Encore.com. That if you are going to enjoy that phase of your life, and instead of doing nothing and watch television as a couch potato, or even doing a lot of outdoor life, trekking, fishing, and all other things, to spend your time. What other ways can you spend your time and make it meaningful? So it goes back to purpose, passion, and paycheck. And I think why the paycheck is the last P is because I guess first it is not the important factor, nor is it even assured or guaranteed. But if you are going to spend the rest of your life meaningfully, then you do something purposeful and do something that you are passionate about. And I would say I'm thankful that I actually, after my full retirement, right at the end of 2017, it took me 5 years, and now I'm at this stage. So I will be producing this whole series of training material in the form of video recording, and I even put in some innovative thoughts into the format, the content, and through my understanding and research, nobody does it this way or the way I intended to do. But will it have a following? It's an unknown factor. But the challenge is that I'm doing something that is my innovative idea, and if it catches, then with the possibility of the internet, then you never know. You can get a following, and therefore you will have your fans, and people want to look for you through the internet, and hear you, watch you, sharing what you know, and so that is the vision, that one day I'm the sort of person that people look for from the internet, because I my program has got something useful, valuable for them to share. Right? So so when you say how does it benefit me? That, I guess, is the benefit, that I become the kind of internet. I don't want to use the term celebrity, but somebody. So you are you will search for about Professor Ching. Alright, because he makes sense. Alright, because what he says in his program is going to benefit me, and I enjoy his show, and so that will be the benefit, if you want to put it that way.
Okay, Ching. Okay, I just bring you back to your before you went to NTU. Okay, when I'm not talking about your just transition after you retired from NTU, but before you went to NTU, you were in another job. But knowing that if this was what would happen to you at 70 years old, and NTU just let you go, would you have done things differently instead of the way NTU do some other things? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, in my experience, actually, as I said, things happened, and it's kind of involuntary. If I would recount all these years that I been in so-called an active career, things are just they happened, not because I look for. And therefore, if you said, going back, before I became a part-time lecturer in NTU, did I think? No, I didn't. All the past jobs that I had, there was some kind of complacency that I thought, okay, I'm into this, and it's good. In fact, now hindsight, when I'm talking to other people, even at the time that I was in positions that I felt, I was comfortable, good. In fact, there were actually better, or people have been in positions that get even better rewards. But I was not looking. I wasn't looking. I didn't know that out there people are making far more that I was making, and I thought I was enjoying it and learning things from what I did. So it was also, for instance, how I became a lecturer or a teacher. Was because the kind of what do you call that, the high tech industry was having tsunami, right? And it was actually chaos. It was at a time when people with 30 slides PowerPoint go around and get funding from angels, and ideas that went up, and you even get enough funding to be a listed company, but then collapse within 5-6 years. So that was the time. And my last full-time job was actually in a company that was a startup. They found me, not I found them, and but then it didn't last. So then the time that I finally got out of that rat race, or the chaos, was that I finally settled down with the help of my wife, and teaching in NTU. So back to a quiet life, right? Because I was making far less, but then even within the time that I was with NTU, I thought I was nice, comfortable, maybe I could go on, but the again administration, right? The reality was that the administrators in the university said, well, you have you have your opportunities, and we have enough of you. So everything, my experience is, I did not really foresee, but then when it came, then I accepted it. I guess I take it with stride, and I think life must go on. And now ask yourself what you are good at and what you want to do, and then stick to it, and then wait for the next opportunity to strike.
Okay. So Ching, what is your impression of tonight's session?
I think very enriching. I guess we hear different life story of different people. I guess it is never the same. Everybody has their different circumstances, and everybody's life is wonderful. as it is. And if you look at another person's life, you may say that I wish to have that instead of what I have. But I think it's most important is thank God that you have what you have, and look back and think positively and enjoy every bit of your life. Now I'm enjoying this venture. I actually call it a venture because out there the outlook is totally unknown. I don't know what I'm getting into, but but that is the fun of it.